This video, I want to break down an email I got and answer it in detail. There's a lot to it. It is on the skinny fat situation. So if that is you and you want to lose your belly fat, hopefully this will help you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. All right, so we're gonna get straight into it. I've got the question here in front of me, so if I'm looking down, that's why. I just wanna read out parts of this email. I might put it up here as well, but maybe not, just because it's a little bit long, but there's a lot to it and I wanna go into it because I think it's really gonna help you see things in a different way. And that's what I wanna get to first. So this person has said, I don't know if I'm just not comprehending the information you're freely providing or if I haven't seen a video matching what I'm looking for. And this is something really important to understand, right? Like, often it takes so much repetition for you to fully integrate the information and actually understand it. So if you are watching things over and over again in different ways, and that is why I'm comfortable now putting out similar videos just from different perspectives, because it does take time for that information to actually click, especially when it's so different from what you've known before or what you've been told or what your current beliefs are. If you don't understand something and you're watching the same videos over and over again, it's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not dumb. It just takes time for that to actually click. And that is why I like getting these emails, and like, I could have just sent this person videos that I've already done, but I think it's more valuable for you to then see how I respond to the question being presented in a different way. Because if the question is presented in a different way, then my answer is going to be slightly different, and then this might be the video that clicks for you. And if it's not, again, it's okay. I'm gonna make more and keep the questions coming. They're always welcome. I've actually been getting a few recently, and I have a list. Like, if you have asked a question and I haven't answered like by text, then I'm gonna get to it in a video. It just takes a bit of time. Obviously, this is not my full-time job. It is hard to find time to make these videos, but I love it, so I do it, and I will continue doing it. All right, so now to the main part of the email. My issue is I don't want to lose any weight, but I have a noticeable protruding belly. Now, this tells me already this person is skinny fat, so the information that is going to follow will relate to you if you are in that position as well. You're skinny fat, you don't need to lose any weight, just need to lose body fat and build muscle, basically. That is the key to the skinny fat transformation. Remember, you need to focus on building muscle to lose your body fat, because it's kind of like, it's not that you almost have too much body fat, but you just don't have enough muscle mass, so the ratio is skewed in the wrong direction. So the next part is I don't know where to start. I'm gonna get to that at the end. The next part, I've stopped soda and switched to sugar-free sweetened water and Gatorade. I'm kind of at wit's end. Now, that is understandable. Like, I was in that skinny fat situation. So many of my clients are. It is such a frustrating place to be, especially because so much of the information out there relates to weight loss, relates to calorie deficits, relates to everything that you don't actually need to lose your belly fat. And it requires such a change in your mindset around food, around weight training, around how you see yourself, around how you measure progress, around what you believe fat loss to look like, around what you believe fat loss should be. That is all required for you to actually change. So it's a lot harder than what some people make it out. And I don't say that to discourage you. I just say it to set you up with the right expectation. Like, if you are finding it hard, then you're kind of on the right track, right? Because change isn't meant to be easy. Anyway, so this part about stopping soda and switching to sugar-free drinks, that isn't going to help the skinny fat situation, because your main problem, if you're skinny fat, is the lack of muscle. So that is what you need to focus on. That's what needs to be your priority. Calorie deficits and like eating less, trying to just eat healthy, trying to eat low carb, low fat, or anything like that isn't going to help you. You need to make sure you are eating enough protein. You need to make sure you're eating enough carbs to fuel your workouts. You need to make sure you're not eating too much food, that you're in a surplus and gaining body fat. But then you also need to make sure you're not in a deficit, or if you are, a very, very small one, because you need that fuel to build muscle, and that is what is going to drive your progress. So you actually have a lot more flexibility with your nutrition than you think if you are skinny fat at the start, as long as you are training properly. The next part, this person actually provided a little bit more information in terms of her stats. I'm 5'2" and 114 pounds. So this person's definitely skinny fat and doesn't need to lose weight and needs to focus on building muscle. They actually have potential to gain weight and be leaner. And then they go on to say, after having my kids, I was lazy and now it's catching up to me. And I asked them what they do for exercise. She said, I mainly get on the treadmill for intervals and I work in manufacturing. So she's very active all day. Now again, like that is great in terms of like your health and the fat loss side of things. But the key to the transformation if you're skinny fat is weight training. So you need to be doing some kind of resistance training, following a structured program, getting stronger in that program, pushing those weights up, like making sure you are taking each set close to failure, aggressively overloading week by week, fueling those workouts, and that is going to be how you end up losing your belly fat. And it doesn't even have to be the gym. You can do this at home, but you will need some weights like adjustable dumbbells and resistance bands. Then also a structured program that includes lots of rest and includes tempo, and it shouldn't be a cardio program disguised as weight training. And what I mean by that is all these HIIT workouts you see on YouTube, even though they're labeled as a strength and toning workout or an ab workout or whatever, they are HIIT training if they don't include enough rest and they're not really focused on you progressively overloading week by week. Now I'm going to come back to I don't know where to start. And I know this isn't the information that you probably want to hear because it's different to what you expect and it sounds hard and it might even sound overwhelming, but where you start is literally making sure you're eating enough food. So you need to be eating around your maintenance calorie intake, but base it off what you're already eating, right? So track your food for a week, see what you average day to day for that week. Don't even try and hit any targets. Don't try and clean things up or only eat healthy to get better numbers or anything. Just literally eat what you normally eat, track it, see what calorie target you're hitting already and see what your protein is hitting. And then if you're not getting close to that 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, start there. Start by slowly improving your protein intake and, you know, keep calories the same for now, just whatever you're hitting, but like focus on protein. And then you can focus on building your calories up to what your maintenance should be. So in so many cases, so many of my clients come to me under eating, and I suspect this could be the case here. So if that is the case, you don't have to go from 1200 calories to 2000 calories overnight, you know. Slowly and gradually is fine and is great and recommended from my perspective, although you can bump it up straight away if that works for you too. But yeah, so go online, calculate your maintenance calorie intake, what they should be. I've got a fat loss guide on my website that will help you do that, that will help you calculate all your macros out as well. Do that, see what the difference is, and then start improving your food. So that's part 1, right? That's your nutrition. You have to start working on your relationship with food as well, making sure that you are not labeling food as good or bad, healthy, unhealthy, and starting to see food for what it is. And I find tracking really helps with that because it brings awareness to what is actually in your food, what you need more of, and at the end of the day, as long as you are eating within your calorie requirements, hitting that protein target, you can include all kinds of food and hit your goal. So just keep telling yourself that, and then as you start making progress and seeing it for yourself, it becomes more believable. All right, and then part 2 of this is your training. And this is the most important part, but I feel like it's easier to start with nutrition, get that nailed, and then you really need to get a proper program, whether you want to do it in gym or at home, either can work. Make sure the program is a structured weight training program. It includes tempo, it includes long rest periods. And like if you find a program online, like there's so many, I haven't tried any programs online, honestly, because I've always had a coach for my journey. And before I had a coach, I was winging it in the gym and getting nowhere. So it's hard for me to recommend programs, but that is what I would be asking, right? Like if you find something, send an email to that person and be like, hey, do you include tempo in your program? And hey, what are the rest periods like? If they're between minimum a minute to 3 to 5 minutes, that's a good sign that it's going to be a good program. And then what you need to do is follow the program, make sure your form is good. What you can do there is take videos and compare it to videos you find online and then see the difference. You need to make sure you are following the tempo. Just counting the reps and rushing through things isn't going to help you. It might get you a little bit further ahead, but you need to actually slow those reps down, use the proper tempo, and push yourself so that those last 2 or 3 reps are very challenging. And then if you're getting stronger in your workouts, if your weight is kind of staying the same, in this case, if it's going up a little bit very, very slowly, that's fine as well. If you do that, and if you're fueling your workouts properly, if you're fueling your recovery, sleeping well, managing your stress, then you're gonna make progress. Your measurements should start coming down. You should start seeing changes in your photos. And if your measurements don't go down every single month, that is normal. It's fine. You can still be losing fat, believe it or not, anyway, and that's going to show up in your photos, especially in this case because there's not a lot to you already just by your stats. So the smaller you are already, the longer it's going to seem to take, and the more the numbers don't move as frequently or even at all in some cases, or they might move in the opposite direction, and that can work too because you're building so much muscle but you can still be getting leaner. I know that's really confusing, but that's what I mean by it's really important to start to understand your progress. And how I would go about that is watch more of my videos. I think I have some on understanding your progress, and stay laser focused on getting stronger. If you are getting stronger and you're feeling good, then that is a really good sign that you're making progress. You can also watch your hunger as well. If you're getting more hungry, that's a really good sign that you are pushing yourself in the gym and you're losing body fat. It could also be the case that you then need to increase calories a bit as well, but that depends on what your body weight is doing. I really hope I helped in this video and I didn't make things more confusing. It is a confusing place to be, and the body recomposition process, which is what you need to go through if you are skinny fat, it is quite poorly misunderstood, even by other coaches, even by people I know, friends of mine in programs that I've done. They don't fully understand how to set it up or how it works because I don't know why. It's not something that's taught in personal training school, not in Australia anyway. I have learnt it all through further education and then also by going through the process myself, which I'm really grateful for now because it does give me that deeper understanding of how it works, what it should look like, what my clients might go through and how it feels. There is a lot to it, but it's definitely possible for you to change. So don't give up, keep going, and just understand that you are going to have to change a lot of your current beliefs around food and fat loss and how it all works in order to get where you want to go. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to email or comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. It does take me a bit of time though, so please be patient. And I think that's it. So if you like it, please like it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And if that's the case, I will see you in the next video.